Okay, now I got this tight, and you can adjust this by undoing those screws. And for some reason, I don't know if it's my eyes are deceiving me or what, but it sure looks like I've got this thing crooked, like it's almost going up at an angle, and I don't know if this is tapered or what, because I've got it measured. Oh, I think I see what's going on. Oh, maybe not. It almost looks like it's crooked, but I've measured it over here on the outside to make sure that's straight. I've got this on the inside to make sure that's straight. And once I put this body, the rest of this part on, this part here goes next. Okay, this gets hooked in to there, and then you got to make sure this is facing up. Okay, the little curly Q's facing up, and then this gets installed with two small little screws on that bottom. And then they say this wire gets folded up on the interior side, okay? It just gets pushed up flat. And so once I get it in there, I'll look at that and see if it needs to be adjusted. If it needs to be adjusted, I'll have to pull this out, kind of let it dangle or unplug it, and mess with this, because the last thing you want is after this gets installed to have this be slightly crooked on the inside or the outside or anything like that. Okay, so that's your next steps, and read your directions step by step, because it tells you do not insert the battery. See here, do not insert batteries until the lock has been installed on the door. And I'm going step by step, just like it's telling me to do. I don't care about this on-off button and all this other kind of stuff. And I just want to make sure everything is being done properly. And so I'm going to go step by step, just like it tells me. So that's my next thing, to plug this in. And this is so small. And you might think, okay, is there a right or wrong way to do this? And yes, there's a little rib on this one, so it can only fit one way is all, okay? So be careful, take your time on this next part, and make sure this gets all lined up. It's your next step. Oh, now, I thought I was recording a second ago. Now see, I got this all installed. This side here looks crooked to me, and I should have been not guessing my gut instinct when I installed that little back bracket, because I got 1 1/16 there, 1 1/8 at the bottom. That tells me that interior, that first bracket, has to push over at the top. Okay, so I'm going to have to undo these two screws, pull this back off, unplug it, and all that, so I can get the mounting bracket over at the top. Okay, last thing you want is having it be crooked and have someone say, oh yeah, doesn't that look good? VideoJoe installed that for us, and have somebody look at it and thinking to themselves, oh yeah, I see, that looks like crap, it's crooked and everything. Hey, we don't want that happening to you. So spend a little extra time and do it right. Okay, I've got that adjusted properly. I didn't want to undo this, because see, there's a gap back in there, and after you plug that in, you can kind of shove the things in there a little bit, so that you only have this piece kind of up in there so that everything fits right. Okay, so now I've got to reinstall this thing, line it back up, put these two screws in, and see how I did. Make sure it's all straight, all vertical straight on the inside and the outside. Check both sides before you call it good. Okay, I have not checked this yet. It's kind of difficult to try to hold the outside as you're just pushing the inside and stuff. So I did the best I could. I have not measured it yet. It almost, to me, looks like I might have pushed it over too far. So, you know, I got 1 1/8 at the bottom, and 1 3/16 at the top. Sure enough, I pushed it over too far. I don't know if, did I do that for your benefit or for mine? I'm right at an inch. Okay. So now, am I going to leave it? Yeah, you could leave it if you want. But I don't want to leave it. I want to do the best that I possibly can. It doesn't take very long to do things right. Okay? Let's try it again. Okay, I think I got her this time. 1 1/8, an 1 1/8. That looks nice and straight. Before I had it too far over this way, then the next time too far that way, and now I've got it just right. This still looks good. I've already measured it. 1 inch, 1 inch. That's good. Okay, there's your next step. Now I got to go back and read the directions some more to find out what to do next. Okay, the next step is to install the batteries. So you just pull that out. It kind of just fits in there. Pull this out. Remember how it went back in, okay? The batteries, and this sign is going to be facing out, so when I push it back in, it's going to go right there and push in. Okay? I got to put these batteries in first, and then I've got to read. See, I've still got the latch sticking out, right? Now I got to read the directions, and I'm going to do that up over in here, because these next steps are pretty important as I'm reading this. Okay. See? Install 4 AA batteries. Make sure the door is open and the latch is extended. Okay, make sure the door is open and the latch is extended. We have the door open, the latch is extended. And then it says press and hold the lock button. Do not release. Press and hold the lock button. And I've got that's up in here. I'm going to have to pull this cover off. Okay, actually I don't think I have to pull that cover off. The lock and hold button is on the door now. Okay, it's up in here. Okay, right there. The lock and hold button. And see, there's an on-off button there. I'm not quite sure what that's all about just yet. I think that's might be for if you want it connected to your cell phone or something like that. But press and hold the lock button. Do not release. As you're holding it, then you insert the battery pack and continue holding the lock button. See there? The latch bolt will retract and extend to learn the locking and unlocking direction of the door. Status LED indicates success or failure. And note, latch bolt will only retract halfway. If unsuccessful, repeat from step A, moving swiftly between each step. Yeah, see, if you don't do it quick enough, then it loses connection. Okay, I've got to do all that stuff next, and so that's what I'm gonna do. First, I'm going to put these batteries in, and obviously there's a certain which direction to do that. Okay. You look in there if you got a question to see where this little end is, which way it should be facing. Okay. And you want to make sure you get them all in there properly. Okay. And then I'm going to put that back down in there. I'm going to do exactly what they say, right? Press and hold the lock button. Insert the battery pack and continue holding the lock button. And then the latch bolt should retract and extend to learn the locking and unlocking direction of the door. Okay. All right, that's going to be our next step. Here's my supervisor hard at work. Hey, you were supposed to help me and tell me what to do next. Pippas, hey. Yeah, I'm talking to you.